welcome back to my channel. So as you can see today, I have Juan, and as you can also see, we're gonna carve pumpkins and also talk about how we met. How about that?
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So before we get all that started, we have to choose what picture that we want to carve and stuff. We got this at Safeway, and it was really cheap. I actually already know which one I want. I just forgot which one. I think I wanted this one. Oh, I wanted to do that one too. That one's cute. And also, I like this one, this little ghost one. Like this one. Me and Juan, we've been together for, how long have we been together, babe?
4 years.
Almost 4 years.
Oh yeah, almost 4 years.
But we've been engaged for almost 2 years.
That's a big one?
Yeah. Me getting pumpkin on my forehead. We met in when did we meet? September? No, August, no?
August? No.
I think, I swear it's August.
Probably.
Hey,
September,
how do
maybe.
I get this out? How do we get it out?
You gotta...
I pushed it in.
I think you just have to, yeah. No, not that hard. Just pull it up.
Babe, I didn't get it. I pushed it in. We met in August, the end of August. Because, that was the first time we met. Thanks, babe. You're the best. Anyways, and, he was actually... Okay, so a little backstory before we get on with the story, but, so I worked at Qdoba, and I also was dating somebody. We were already broken up when me and Juan met, but I was dating somebody at my job. He was a coworker, and it was just it was not a good relationship. So we broke up, but he was still trying to talk to me and stuff. So this is important because it's part of the story also. And then, so in the ends of August, one time Juan, he went to go eat, and that's when I first when I first saw him. Oh! Just kidding. Y luego, babe?
Alright, so I was with a couple friends. We were just drinking at his house.
Take out your thing.
And
while you're talking.
And so yeah, everybody got hungry. So we all decided to go eat. But since we were all together, we drove in one car. And we decided to go into either Chipotle or Qdoba. And so we all took a vote. I wanted to go to Chipotle, but the rest of my friends wanted to go to Qdoba, so
you're the only one?
maybe, I forget who else, but
Oh shit, I just dropped pumpkins.
yeah, it was 4 years ago. But I forgot. But yeah, so we ended up going to Qdoba. And the Qdoba we ended up going to was hers, which was closer to his house at the time. I think he still lives over there. I haven't seen him in a while.
Who are you talking about?
George.
Oh.
And so
Shout out to George.
yeah, so we all went over there. It was me, my friend George, my other friend Jonathan, my cousin Sergio, and I forget who else. I think it was George's brother too. That went.
Yeah, it was a lot of them.
And so
Because they would always sit at the big table, or they would put tables together.
yeah, and so yeah, so we're in line, and that's when I noticed Brenda, and I thought she was pretty cute. And I told my friends about it. And so...
What you tell your friends?
Huh?
What you tell your friends?
That you're cute.
Oh, that I'm cute?
Yeah. And I don't know who told me, but they were like, yeah, go talk to her. Try to talk to her. And so, so we ordered our food, and did you charge us? Are you the one
I
who
did
charged
charge
us?
it. Yeah, I was the one charging. Cause like I would work everywhere, but like this time when we like officially met, it was I was the one that was charging the people, so I was in the cash register, and like they're already coming up to me, and when Juan came up to like the cash register, he was already talking to me. Like I don't know what he was saying, but he was talking to me, and because I wasn't really paying attention to him. But then I kind of felt comfortable with him because we were talking, and then he was paying with card, and then I like looked at his card. I have like a habit when I worked there. I would have a habit of just like reading people's names because people have weird names. So I saw Juan's card and I was like, oh, you have a cool last name because his last name is Guevara. But I had never seen that name. In my head, I'm like, what a weird last name. Like, that's not cute. That's ugly. Like, it sounds like Guayaba. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then also, I don't even like Guayaba. Well, now I do, but I didn't like Guayaba back then. Yeah, I only started eating it because it sounds like your name. I'm that cheesy. Anyways, and so I didn't like his last name, but I told him, I was like, oh, you have a cool last name. And he's like, oh, really? Thanks. I was like, yeah, I never heard it before. He's like, oh, really? And then one time you even told me, oh, Che Guevara's my grandpa. Trying to act all cool, but it's false. Here, hold on.
Yeah.
Here. And then I told them, but your first name is basic as fuck. And then he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, because everybody and their moms is named Juan. Because my mom's name is Juanita. So, like, of course, I think it's basically chips.
Alright, so she gave us extra chips.
Extra chips.
Or she gave me extra chips. I'm not sure what, but.
No, yeah, I gave him extra chips.
But then my cousin, he was like, hey, I think she likes you. Go talk to her. And I'm like, why? Because you're the only one that she gave extra chips to. And so I was like, oh shit, we started laughing. And we were like, yeah, alright, fuck it. And so, I came in and, what did we do? Was that the scene?
No, so this time, no, he would like just look at me. So that first day, me and him were just making eye contact, and like he was always staring at me, being a little creepy. Just kidding. But he would always stare at me. And then another time, there was a second time that he went in, and this time is the one that you were wearing, that black sweater. And then but this was like already a week later, and I would work there like almost every day. Wouldn't work Wednesdays, but I would work there almost every day. So like I forget like faces, especially like if you've only gone there once. I'm like not gonna remember you if you like go in again, like unless you go like again and again and again. Like after your fourth time, I will remember you. So Juan went in again, and he was wearing this like black diamond sweater, and I mean, it wasn't a cute sweater, but I was telling him, I was like, oh, I like your sweater. Like this time I was actually making the burritos and stuff. I was the one rolling the burritos, and then he was like, oh, thank you, and then he was just staring at me, and then he's like, you don't remember me, huh? And I was like, no, should I remember you? Like, who are you? And I was looking at him. He's like, wow, that's messed up. Like, that's messed up. Like, I remember you. And I don't know what he was saying, because I wasn't even, like, paying attention to him.
Damn.
And then I looked at him, and I was like, oh, yeah, you're the one with the weird last name.
Yeah. The weird last name? What? You said it was cool last time.
That's what you said.
That was fucked up.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
I was fucked up.
But yeah, and then like we would always exchange looks. Like I would always like look at him because like I mean my baby cute, and I was cute back then too. Or am I still cute?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we would always exchange looks, and like I mean, cause he was cute, so like I would always look at him. And but I was also working, so I was like, he would always go, and I was never on break or had already taken my break.
Mm-hmm.
And like we would never be able to talk at all. Like I don't even think he knew my name.
No, I did not. I didn't. I just know she was cute, and I wanted to talk to her. And yeah. So I tried going whenever I can.
And then this one time, he went like one time really late. Oh, wait, before we get to that part, my ex would always catch him staring at me. Always, always, always.
Oh, yeah.
And he would
I
always...
didn't even know the guy. I didn't even
yeah,
know
he didn't even know. Yeah.
I didn't know he was the ex.
And he would always, always stare at him. And he'd be like, what are you looking at? And I would be like, nothing, mind your business. Because, like, we were already broken up. So I'm like, oh my goodness, like, leave me alone. But yeah, so then, one time, Juan and his friends went really late. And they ordered food, and I have to kick them out.
Oh yeah, so we were eating. It was getting late. They were closing up, and so.
Because I mean, my coworkers already knew I liked him, and they like knew that he would go in to see me, so they told me to go kick them out because it was already late. We were already closed, and I was like, hey guys, you guys have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But did this homeboy leave? No, he didn't. So
No.
I
went outside. You know, she kicked us out, and so I went outside. We all went outside. I told my friends, hey, let's just wait until she gets out so I can talk to her. And they're like, all right, man. So we were outside in the cold. It was pretty cold. And we were just chilling by the entrance, just talking, hanging out, because they have a little...
like tables.
They have tables outside, so we're just chilling right there. And then, and so then I see her getting out. And then what happened?
Oh, so I got out, and like I didn't have a car back then, so I always needed rides home. So I walk out and I see him, and he's walking towards me. But I also knew my ex was the one who would take me home, and he was like walking behind me. So I was watching Juan walk up to me, and I was just staring at him, not saying a word. I was just like,
staring at who?
you! Because you were walking up to me.
Oh,
And I was just staring at you. I was like, oh my god, this guy's really going to come up and talk to me right now. Me knowing that my ex was right behind me about to lock the door. So my ex locks the door behind us because we were already closed, and then Juan's like this close to me, and my ex grabs my shoulder and he's like, let's go. He's like, let's go, and I was like, okay. So I like got into the car, but I kept looking at Juan, and like my ex's windows are tinted, so we got into the car and I was still looking, and then Juan was standing there like I had just left him. He was just standing there like, what the fuck? Like he didn't even get to say hey or anything.
For real?
Yeah, nothing. But yeah, then my ex was like, why was that guy waiting for you? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, you know him? I was like, well, he goes in a lot. I'm all like,
He's
I don't
a regular
know.
customer.
Yeah, so yeah, and then we left, and I felt bad. I honestly, like, I will always remember that like, you walking up to me and me just walking away. Oh my gosh.
And then I had to walk back to my friends. They were all laughing at me.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't, but. But I was like, damn, alright, man, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh, that would suck. But yeah, then.
Yeah, and so, I hit up my friend again, you know what, let's go. Hopefully, I get to see her again. And it was a Wednesday.
And I don't work Wednesdays.
And I guess she didn't work that day. And so, I was in line, I was looking around, seeing if I could see her. And nothing. I didn't see her around, so I was like, fuck, dude, we just came here for no reason. Let's go. No, we actually ate something and then we left. But I don't know, I guess we could say a week later. And then I come in, I see her, and I was like, hey, I came to see you on a Wednesday, but you weren't here. And she's like, oh, I don't work Wednesdays. Those are my days off. I was like, oh shit, alright, that's cool. And then, what'd you say? You went back to,
Oh yeah, so I was like, oh, I don't work Wednesdays, and then I went back to my coworkers because we were working and cleaning, and I was cleaning like the lobby that day. But I went back to my coworkers. I'm like, hey guys, that's a guy that keeps coming in like to see me or something, or no, that keeps coming in. Like I think he's pretty cute, but like he just told me that he came on Wednesday just to see me. Isn't that a little creepy? And then they were like, yeah, but like isn't he always coming in just for you, like, and you guys are always talking? And I say, yeah, like I think he's cute. And then they were like, oh well, yeah, like you should talk to him, like go ahead, like go and give him your number or something. And this was like, I was talking to my friend Cynthia and my best friend Bella, and then they were like, yeah, you should talk to him, y quién sabe qué. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And then they're like, give him your number. And I was like, no, I'm shy, because I was pretty shy. And then they started calling me a pussy. And I was like, nobody calls me that. Or like they started calling me a bitch. And I was like, no, nobody calls me that. Like, you better not be calling me that. Because like, I'm like, no, like I ain't no bitch. So, so I wrote down my number, and then I got shy and I threw it away. And then they're like, fine, if you don't give it to them, we're gonna give them your number. So they wrote down my number, and then I was like, no, because that makes me seem like a pussy, so, or like a little kid. And then they were like, well, go give it to him. And so I ended up giving it to, like, so I wrote it down, and then I ran to him, and I just wrote it on a napkin and gave it to him, and I was like, here. And then I ran outside because I had already clocked out.
So I'm just looking at the number, and the first three numbers are 999. And I'm like, what the fuck? It sounds like a fake ass number or some shit. And I showed my friends that, yeah, it looks fake, dude. So I was just eating, and I was like, should I text her to find out if it's real or not? And my friend said, you know what, yeah, just text her, dude. Tell her that you can give her a ride home. And so I was like, I text her, I get on my phone, write down the number, send her text.
So he ended up texting me, and he said he didn't say anything about a ride. He was like, oh, like, hey, why'd you leave so fast? And I responded, I'm like, oh, it's because I already clocked out, and I had to go home, and and my grandpa picked me up. You did ask if I wanted a ride.
Yeah, you didn't say your grandpa picked you up.
I didn't?
No.
I
think you told me that after. I said, oh, I could have given you a ride. And you're like, oh no, my grandpa's already here, or something like that.
Yeah, he picked me up. Yeah, so, cause I was with my grandpa, and he picked me up, and then and then he asks me like, oh, okay, how old are you? Or no, what did you ask me? Like, what's my name? Like, just general questions.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, what's your name? And then he asked me, how old are you? And I was like, oh shoot. So he was already 22 and I was 17. And I was like, oh, I'm 17. And this guy, he did not talk to me until my 18th birthday. But I did tell him, I was like, oh, I'm 17, but my birthday is in 7 days. I'm gonna turn 18. And he's like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he didn't talk to me. He was like, okay, cool, peace out. And then, so yeah, we didn't talk for a while. And then on my 18th birthday, he did talk to me. We would text every now and then. He would be like, hey, good morning, what's up, what are you doing, blah, blah, blah. But like, he would not like flirt or anything. Like, I don't know. So he'll be like, what's up, how was your day? But like, not like, it was always short conversations. I texted him when my brother was born. Like, hey, my brother, I'm at the hospital right now, because he asked me, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm at the hospital, my brother is born now. He's like, oh, congratulations. And then what did you tell me? Oh, and then on my birthday, that's when he finally texted me. And he was like, hey, happy birthday. I was hoping I could see you so I can give you a present. And he got me flowers. Like, I didn't even know this guy, and he got me flowers. It was so sweet. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then, but yeah, he got me flowers. And then we just started talking. He asked me out on a date, and since it was in October, we went to, where did we go?
So Haunted House?
Yeah.
Haunted House went to 13 floors.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was fun because, like, it's a good date, like, to take somebody to a haunted house.
That was our first date, you know. I think we kept that going for a bit until...
And he kept asking me out, too. Like, he would ask me to be his girlfriend, like, after a month. He would always ask me. But I was always telling him no.
Oh, yeah. She kept rejecting me. And so, yeah, I was like, alright, cool, no worries. And then I never asked her again. And then we went out.
You asked me 3 times.
I know, but after that,
After the 3rd time?
after you rejected me, I was like, alright, cool. And so, when was it? And then December, right? This is already in December. December, we go to the Parade of Lights that happens on December, what? The first week of December?
The first weekend.
First week of December here in Colorado. Parade of Lights. And so we go with that with Bella and her friend Bella and her boyfriend at the time, Paris. Her boyfriend Paris. And so we're just chilling, you know. We went to go get something to eat. We watched the Parade of Lights. We walked around for a bit.
Where did we eat? Didn't we eat like? Oh no,
we ate a burger or something. I don't know where, but.
Nuh-uh. Did we?
Yeah, I remember eating a burger. And then we started going home. It was already pretty late. We started going home. I had to go drop her off. And then what happened?
Oh, so I was ready by this time. I was like I'm ready to be somebody's girlfriend. And then he was, but he wasn't asking me, and I was like hoping he would. And I didn't want to be like the one that like, oh, do you want to be my boyfriend? Like I always wanted, like I'm very like, I don't know, traditional, I guess. And I always wanted him to ask me out. So that night when we were walking back to the car, I was like, hey, so I've been thinking about it, and I'm ready. Like, I didn't really want to say it either, but I was like low-key saying it. And I was like, I just wanted him to ask me out already. And he wasn't doing it. Like, he was being a little punk.
Hell no. Now you gotta wait. Now I'm making you wait.
No, but then he did end up. He ended up asking me out, and I said, well, yeah, I want to, yeah. He's like, well, yeah, do you want to be my girl? And I said, yeah, and then yeah, and then. Yeah. But guys, fun fact, I was already in love with him by then. Like I knew I wanted to be with him. I was like, no way. No, but that's how I really wanted to be with him. Cause like he's so nice. He would like he treats me like he treated me treats me better than like anybody's ever treated me, and I love him. And I'm glad he walked into Chiroba instead of Chipotle. Because if he would have walked in Chipotle, then we wouldn't be happy. We wouldn't be here.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here. Carving pumpkins.
I'm talking to my phone.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we got
that's it.
together
Oh.
December 5th,
Yeah.
2015. It's already October 2019. It's gonna be 4 years this December. And you know, I'm loving it. And so we're just chilling. We're chilling. You know, having fun,
I'm saving money.
saving money,
Trying to get married.
getting married next year. And we'll talk about
that
In a different
in a
video.
different, yeah,
Because that's a long story too, because he proposed twice.
it's all over the place.
That one's all over the place.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a different video. And
But yeah, that's our story.
mhm.
Yep, we're gonna like fast forward how we're doing these pumpkins. Just because it does take a while. Like we're barely doing the dots and we're like,
Yeah, we're really tracing it.
So now we are all done with our pumpkins. Mine are 3 little ghosts. They look all like ugly. Oh shit, the bottom piece is coming off for mine. Oh, I have hiccups. But yeah, they're cute. Well, mine is ugly. I don't know. I think I could have done a better job. I've done better jobs.
But mine looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his is cool. Yeah, we cleaned it up. Alright, so follow me on Snapchat at Brenda Lisette, BrenduHLizette. Both Instagram and Snapchat. Or you can follow Juan also on Snapchat at RareDVS, RareDVS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And his
Yep.
Instagram is Rare King.
We're
Rare.king. Alright.
so next time.
I just elbowed her in there.